Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and boy is this going to be a wild one. Wait till you see some of these things I'm about to show you. Okay, so here we go. Dark Defender, I haven't shown any of his chart talk in a while. Hi there, I'll be sharp like Espresso today. We first set blue wave structure on 20th of August after first wave, then we expected and followed second wave. Now we're trying to confirm third wave. Let's have an update on the same structure. XRP targets $1.33, 266 first, then $7.39 to $20. I will take that, folks. I would love that. Okay, Brad Garlinghouse had retweeted this article last night from the New Yorker. The stakes are high, and he says, I think this article's subheadline says it all. Look at this. This is from the New Yorker, and by the way, before I read it or read the subheadline, now we have the dominoes are falling in the media. We started with Forbes, then we got Fox Business involved in this story, then we got was it Reuters yesterday that John Deaton was pointing out, and then we've got this, and this is now the New Yorker, and then. We had another one I saw this morning. I think it was the Financial Times that John Deaton pointed out. So you can see the media dominoes falling. They're now being forced to cover this after we kicked and screamed in social media for about 8 to 9 months, it seems like, maybe longer. The challenges of regulating cryptocurrency. The SEC has yet to set clear rules on cryptocurrencies, leaving the industry guessing. Maybe that's just how the agency wants it. I wanted to read this last paragraph. While the agency takes its time setting clear rules, the industry is left continuing to guess. This might be just the way the SEC wants things to be. That's the best position for them to be in, Morgan said. The moment they identify, or a court identifies, the characteristics of an asset that's beyond the SEC's jurisdiction, everyone will say, okay, we'll do it that way. And they don't want that. Meanwhile, they are holding up U.S. innovation at while China, Russia, North Korea, and all those other countries are going forward. And I will show you more on those countries at the end of this video. Now, I wanted to show you this because, and the reason I wanted to show you this is this is really a shout out to Warren Davidson and Tom Emmer and some of these Congress people. This is back on September 25th, which was just a handful of months after the Venture Capital Working Group got together and worked on getting Ethereum the free pass. And I want to show you some of the characters that were involved in that here on September 25th of 2018. Warren Davidson, in good faith with Tom Emmer and this other congressman, I guess this is a congressman, they did this forum where they invited all of these different people from the crypto industry to come into that forum and in good faith talk about regulations. Well, what I don't think they knew, or maybe they did know, I don't know. But I'm not sure if they knew that half of the people in this room were part of the Venture Capital Working Group that went and got Ethereum the free pass a few months earlier. And just in case they didn't know that, I want to make sure they do know that. Let's start here. This is Jerry Brito, and he's with Coin Center. Now, there's one thing I've learned, and I tweeted about it yesterday. A lot of these supposedly these organizations that are supposedly for the purpose of promoting the crypto industry, from what I can tell, they mainly promote Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'm not naming any names. I'm just saying a lot of them seem like, for instance, I will name the Chamber of Digital Commerce, because when the Ripple lawsuit came, I remember kicking and screaming on social media, asking them where they were in showing their support for Ripple. It was not until Coinbase got sued, and then I think they started seeing Ethereum, and I think they started seeing Ethereum come under attack in this whole thing in the Ripple lawsuit. And that was when all of a sudden the Chamber of Digital Commerce seemed to care. Well, same thing happened Yesterday we showed you Andreessen Horowitz, who was in the Venture Capital Working Group. Well, until they started getting in the spotlight for being in the Venture Capital Working Group that did the Safe Harbor memo that got Ethereum the free pass, I didn't see any indication that there was anybody working on helping Ripple or during the Ethereum free pass or anybody else in the crypto industry besides Ethereum. Well, so let's look at, this is Warren Davidson's forum, and let's look at Coin Center. This, Jerry Brito, is the guy that's there at Coin Center. Well, you'll never guess who two of the guys on the advisory board are. Well, Fred Wilson, who's of Union Square Ventures, and Mark Andreessen of Andreessen Horowitz. Also the CFTC. And we also know that the CFTC was working with the Brooklyn Project with the SEC, and according to Charles Gasparino's reporting back in 2018. But these two companies were the two venture capital firms that headed up the Venture Capital Working Group that got Ethereum the free pass. And all of these guys, and then you have the woman from the Lightning Network. I keep seeing her pop up everywhere around all this. But it's, if you look at it, it's all around, it's all around these proof of work things, if you really look close. And as I recall, they used to have on this board, they used to have the lady from Ripple's board of directors, Susan Athey. Don't quote me, but I'm almost sure she used to be on this board. Almost sure. She used to be, but is not now. Now, who else was here? Well, here's what's interesting. You had Ryan Zagone from Ripple here, who's begging for clarity. I've probably shown this video before on this channel. I want you to hear a little bit. This is back in 2018. You got Ryan Zagone here from Ripple, who is doing, literally begging for clarity, like they have been. That guy, I'll get to that guy. Here's Ryan Zagone right here. Watch this.
Using blockchain and crypto assets to improve cross-border payments, taking payments from, say, 2 to 4 days down to a few seconds at a much lower cost. Looking at the token taxonomy topic, I want to expand the lens out some from ICOs to broader crypto. It's a broader world than just ICOs, and the importance of looking at this entire sector. So we see recognition globally that blockchain and crypto assets will play a pivotal role in the next generation of finance and our national economies. And there are countries racing to provide regulatory certainty so they can be the winner in this race. They can essentially take a stake as the global capital of finance, which is now in the US, moving elsewhere. We're seeing national holistic frameworks in other countries designed to drive the adoption of this tech. You can look at UK, Singapore, Japan. In the UK, there's now more people working in fintech than New York. Also Japan, Singapore, and Australia combined. So the race is real. They're winning because they have one framework that covers this entire technology. It gives certainty to the market across a variety of these technologies. Certainty is that prerequisite for adoption, and it's enabling much faster growth. Well, from the US's perspective, that's a strategy we invented in the early 90s with the advent of the internet. The White House came forth with one framework for electronic commerce that gave certainty to the market for internet development, and that spurred the US to be a leader in internet technology. We see opportunity to take the same opportunity or the same move today. One framework for this entire technology. From a legislative perspective, I think the one low-hanging fruit we can pull on is driving more coordination amongst regulators, particularly on token taxonomy and discussions of how risk should be addressed at company levels. What kind of mitigants, what type of best practices, and what type of licensing and registration. Thank you for your time today, and we appreciate the lead.
Okay, now here's where it gets interesting, and I actually wrote down the times so I could show you. So meanwhile, in this same room, and it's interesting, I would not know this if I had not been doing all these videos. But meanwhile, in this same room, the next person that speaks is this woman right here. Watch this.
From Consensus, we are
Her name is Joyce Lay, L-A-I, I believe. She was literally one of the people that worked on the Brooklyn project, folks. I've shown you videos. She's from Consensus and worked on the Brooklyn project. So there she stands with her Ethereum free pass from the Bill Hinman speech and from the venture capital working group and all of that. But there are a lot more than just her that were in those groups that got the Ethereum free pass. Let's go forward just a little bit and I'll show you another one. Oh, this guy right here. That guy right there is his name. Let me see if I can get him to say his name. He worked with Consensus as well. He's from, I believe it's Cardozo. Let's see if he says it.
A book with a co-author called Blockchain and the Law, the Rule of Code, which
custody, all these things will be sensitive, but it at least technologically can be embedded in the token itself, as long as it's on blockchain.
Hi, my name's Aaron Wright. I'm a professor at Cardozo Law School. I'm also the director of Cardozo's blockchain project. I've done quite a bit of work in this space, including publishing a book with a co-author called Blockchain and the Law, the Rule of Code, which Harvard University Press just published. Thank you very much.
That's the same guy that was working with Consensus on the Brooklyn project. So this guy was a part of the helping to get the Ethereum free pass too. And I'll keep going forward here and I'll show you another one. Right there, this guy right here is from the one of the 3 law firms that was involved in the Ethereum free pass. He's from McDermott, I think it was McDermott something and Emery. His law firm was also in that venture capital working group. It was that law firm, it was Perkins Coie, and it was Cooley LLP. So that's 3 of them that we know that were involved in the Ethereum free pass. Then as you go forward, there's Tom Emmer talking, and then as you go forward to about 36, let me see, 36, back on, here, let's see, I think it's back in here where she talks right after this guy. Watch this.
Kivitz, I'm general counsel of Andreessen Horwitz's crypto fund.
So her name is Hillary Kivitz of Andreessen Horowitz. She is their general counsel, and as we know, Andreessen Horowitz led the venture capital working group that got Ethereum the free pass. And so here they all sit, knowing that they helped Ethereum get a free pass, and they're sitting there now to, I get who knows what they're wanting to get out of all this now, but they've gotten Ethereum the free pass. They're working for one industry participant as far as we can tell, and now I guess they're all concerned for the industry overall, maybe. Okay, now wanted to show you this. This is Raoul Pal, who's a very reasonable guy and a very smart guy. Listen to what he had to say about all this.
Talks about basically consumer safety, and consumer safety, that's going to be about, I think, the onus has to go on the consumer. You and I can go to Vegas and throw anything on the table and lose it all, everything. We can mortgage the house and do it. No regulation, 0. But heaven forbid if we buy a token, because it might be a scam. Really, if that's the issue, then firstly give people warnings. You know, maybe the exchanges say if you want to buy this, you have to understand it's a high-risk asset because it's a low market cap.
I'm not going to play the whole thing, but he makes a very valid point there. Well, I got some news for you, Raoul Pal. It has none of this has anything to do with investor protection. If this had anything to do with investor protection, you wouldn't even see what's going on with Ripple. It has absolutely nothing to do with investor protection. What it has to do with is the same thing, at least one of the things that it has to do with is like I tell my son who's learning to drive, when you're coming into a small town out of a rural area, a lot of times you'll run into speed traps where they decrease the speed limit on the way into that town, and there's usually a police officer sitting behind a tree somewhere, and he's hoping he can catch you going 55 right when the sign changes to 45. Then he can give you a ticket, and then he can fund the police department. Well, same thing here. The SEC funds itself, And I believe that's all you're looking for. I think that the ICO became the ultimate funding mechanism. You let all these ICOs happen, and then you get to just pick them off. You let Ripple do their thing for 8 years, and you even let FinCEN give them a designation of a virtual currency, and so they continue like anybody would do it. Then, gotcha, we're going to sue you. You even let them come in and talk to you. All right, FDIC is studying whether certain stable coins might be eligible for U.S. deposit insurance. 5 people familiar with the agency's thinking said, I'll go ahead and lay a bet right now. I'll bet you that if they do name any of them that, it'll be an Ethereum-based stablecoin. Free pass continues. All right, now you need to see this, folks. I'm going to show you this, and then I'll end this video here. Ethereum is the only digital asset with known founders with SEC clarity. Congress, this is who your SEC gives clarity to. All right, now look, what you're looking at is an article. Ethereum Foundation throws Virgil Griffith under the bus. A lot of you have never seen this before, but you're going to see it now. The Ethereum Foundation has fully distanced itself from one of their key employees who was arrested for giving a conference presentation in North Korea. The foundation is aware of the recent charges filed against Virgil Griffith. The Ethereum Foundation said, according to the... Anyway, so then they fired him, and they said, we can confirm that the foundation was not represented in any capacity at the events outlined in the Justice Department's filing, and that the foundation neither approved nor supported any such travel, which was a personal matter. We are continuing to monitor the situation as it develops. Well, here's one problem, folks. This is Vitalik Buterin's tweet, which has since been deleted, where he tells the guy to enjoy his trip, more or less. And if you go up here, it says the above is apparently Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's co-founder, saying enjoy to Virgil Griffith, perhaps when he announced he was to go to North Korea. The tweet in question has been deleted and is not archived, with it unclear if it said or deleted it or when. The Ethereum Foundation thus was fully aware one of their key employees was to present in North Korea, not least because he tweeted many times about it, and instead of standing up for one of their own coders, they're seemingly throwing him under the bus. You see how this works, folks? Now I want to remind everybody, if you don't have it, you got to have an antivirus, and you got to have a virtual private network if you're going to be in crypto to keep yourself protected and safe. PureVPN, this link is in the very top of the description of this video. Access any crypto platform securely. Your secure access to online crypto trading platforms starts here, backed by state-of-the-art encryption. Allows you to surf the web anonymously, folks. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that, what's his name? Let me find his name here. Tell your friends and family that Virgil Griffith went and did a presentation of Ethereum to North freaking Korea